No free hotel Wi-Fi or crappy Wi-Fi signal? No problem, I've got a solution. This is a solution here. This is the StarTech wireless router, specifically for iPad, and I'm going to go over why in a moment, but it is universal. Basically, let's start off with the physical overview, and I'll get more into the features and technical specifications in a moment's time. So if we look at this side, which is the side that's going to go into the wall, I know it's probably looking a bit suspicious at the moment. This side has got a USB port, which is recessed in. If we look from this angle, you can't see it, it's flush inside of there. If we look on the top, we've got blank white top. On the bottom, we've got an RJ45 gigabit Ethernet port, and then on either side we have the StarTech branding, the StarTech logo, and on the top, really nothing can, and that's literally it for this product. So, what is it and how does it work? So basically, all you need to set this bad boy up is a USB plug. Now, if you have an iPad plug, such as this one, which is this product is specifically designed for, you can simply get the two. Kaboom, in it goes, and that's it sits really nice and flush. I think it looks really, really good. However, if you don't have an Apple plug, no worries. It does come with a USB extension cable, so you plug the USB in there, plug it in the USB plug, and kabam, they are connected. It is a white cable, which goes nicely with the colour schemes, which is great, no mix and match, but unfortunately I haven't got that on hand at the moment. All you need to set this up is this USB plug, as I stated, or any USB plug for that kind, and possibly the extension cable depending on your configuration. An Ethernet connection, such as this cable, you plug that in here, and then all you need to do is get a power outlet and kabam, plug it in. Now this for me was completely plug and play, and it should be similar for you. It has a few capabilities and a few different options of configuration. However, for me, you can get it so that it takes a Wi-Fi signal, converts it to a wide Ethernet connection. But for me, the main purpose of this product is to take an Ethernet signal and turn it into a Wi-Fi connection. Now, I know what you're thinking, James, how's this going to work? How's this product at a hotel going to be able to use an Ethernet port and then basically add a router to their network? And it's not actually doing that. It's taking the Ethernet signal, grabbing the Ethernet signal, and then it's creating its own network. Now, it is an open network, but you can change it so that it isn't open to this, so it's a closed network just for you to access, but it puts it on its own network to, in theory, avoid, shall we say, remove some of those network restrictions. It is worth noting, however, that if you are using an Ethernet cable straight from, for example, an Ethernet port in a hotel room, for which many actually have them by default when the building was designed, it is worth noting that you are essentially still taking the Ethernet signal that's coming out this cable, and you are essentially just sort of transmitting that out. So it may be that that certain restrictions are still on there, such as blocked websites and that kind of thing, but I can't imagine you'll be using that for this anyway, and hotels and those kind of places don't tend to have restrictions on these. Now this inside has got one antenna, which in this size you aren't going to be getting any more than one good antenna anyway. It does 802.11n Wi-Fi, so you're not getting any of that AC standard, but that's not really necessary. It can transmit at up to 150 megabits per second, which is more than enough. Standard internet, especially in the UK, kind of ranges about sort of, like 50 down, sort of 20 up, that kind of range. More if you're lucky, less if you're not so lucky. And that's kind of gigabit standard, which is very in line with the gigabit Ethernet port. You are going to be restricted by the speed of the Ethernet connection coming in through the port, and you're not going to need practically any more than 150 megabits per second anyway. For many people, like 20, 25, 30 is more than enough for their needs. Now the LED indicator on this is very nice. It tells you what's going on. You can have up to 5 clients hitting this at once, which, whilst you might think isn't a lot, you aren't going to be using this as a primary router. And if you're example in a conference room and that kind of thing, and you're having this in the wall with this network and having this as a guest network, a visitor network, keeping them off your own network and making them sort of share the bandwidth out of something like this and on their own network, and having an open network without any password restrictions is a huge selling point for a lot of people. So really, what are the uses for this? Now, this is a great thing to take with you if you're going on holiday, for example. Wi-Fi, hotels often have free Wi-Fi, but often the signal strength isn't the greatest. You're stuck with where the routers are, you're stuck with their speed, and often they'll have Ethernet ports in the room. If so, grab yourself an Ethernet cable, shove it in your plug, and bish bash bosh, you're ready to go. Something like a business environment, if you're in a small or medium-sized business and you've got clients coming over and you don't want them on your own personal network taking up your personal bandwidth, you can go, you know what, here you go, connect to this network. This is what you're on. You can connect to this via your web browser by simply entering 10.10.1.1, which is the IP address by default of this router. It will tell you yours on there, but it's obviously just a local connection anyway. So you know, it really is a really nice product. It does have a very unique use case scenario, and it isn't going to be for everybody by any means, but it certainly does the job it intended. And I just think it's a very thoroughly designed product, such as the USB pass-through port, so that you can still charge your device, because often plug sockets in hotels are quite sparse. You plug this into the wall, bish bash bosh, you still maintain USB port to charge your device. An LED indicator is great to see what's going on. Obviously, I haven't got a screen or anything like that on this device, and it's small form factor. It's very light. It's much lighter. I'd say it's about half the weight of this Apple charging plug, and the fact that they fit very seamlessly together really is another great selling point as well for me. So if you're looking for something that fulfills, if this fulfills the needs of something you're looking for, then great. It is a very unique product, shall we say. But if you like the sexy B-roll, as per usual, drop a like rating. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't already. Follow my Twitter at GeekaWhat, and as always, we'll see you in the next GeekaWhat video.